Hi, hello everybody! Welcome to the Yes and Anywhere screen share visual art lesson. My name is Jenny, and this week we will be attending the Invention Convention, which means we're inventors, we're scientists, we're engineers, and I think before we get into making robots and machines, I think we gotta get our brains ready, right? We've been out in nature, camping, we've been maybe on the high seas, maybe we've been in space. Either way, I think we need a couple brain teasers, some challenges to really get us ready for the rest of the week. Ready for the rest of the week. Maybe some tongue twisters too. So this video is gonna kind of be like a three-parter because there are 3 brain teasers for you to try. As I go, I will explain what you need and how they all work, okay? Now, an important thing to keep in mind for all of these brain teasers and any sort of experiment you're doing or just any art project or thing in life is these will take a little bit of thinking, and they're gonna take some trial and error. Don't be afraid to try it different ways. Don't be afraid to ask for help, or maybe you need to take a break and like come back, just, kind of reset a little bit. That's totally cool. That's normal. It's fun. And when you're ready, let's go. Our first brain teaser is time consuming, so you may want to pause the video after I explain it and go work on it, or maybe you want to just watch my instruction and then see what else there is. Totally up to you. For this activity, you will need 1 sheet of paper, you will need tape, or if you would like to use a stapler, you can do that too, and you will need some scissors. Now, the goal for this, super simple, piece of cake, right? I want you to make the longest chain you can out of this single sheet of paper. You get 1 sheet of paper. You can cut it up any way you want it. You can tape it or staple it back together, whatever way you feel. Goal is to make this the longest paper chain you can, okay? At the end of this video, I'll show you the way that I did it. It might be the same method you used. It might be different. That's part of the fun. But we'll see what we come up with, right? Awesome. The second brain teaser is a bit of a game, and I have yet to complete this one myself. I'm still working on it, but you will need a piece of paper and you are going to draw a big star on it, okay? Then you'll also need, you'll need paper, something to draw with, can be whatever you want. The star doesn't have to be perfect. You will also need 9 little pieces, items of some kind, and these are gonna be like our game pieces. They don't have to match, they don't have to be anything in particular. If you have some loose buttons, beans, I have beads here, so whatever you have to use. Okay everybody, so for this brain teaser, for our second brain teaser, you're gonna need a piece of paper and you're gonna draw a big star on it. It doesn't have to be a perfect star, just a big one. This is gonna be our game board, okay? So once you've drawn your star, if you would like to, you can mark out the points and the intersections, and these are going to be sort of our spaces that we're trying to land, okay? So once you've done that, you are going to find your 9 little pieces of something. So I'm using some beads. They don't have to match, they don't have to be perfect or whatever. Maybe you want to look in your, if you have a game or something and there's 9 of them, you can use those. If you have buttons or pennies, anything like that. So I'm going to set these onto my game board. So you have drawn your big star. Maybe you have marked your intersections and points. I marked mine with hearts so that I can see them really clearly. And what you'll do is take one of your pieces, and the goal is to fill this board with your 9 pieces. But here's the tricky part. You can only place these pieces after they have touched the board 3 times and in a straight line. So I wouldn't be able to do 1, 2, 3 and then land here. I would have to make a straight line. So if I want to land here, I have to go 1, 2, 3, or I can go 1, 2, 3 and then land my piece there. Okay? So I'll do an example. And say I want to land here on this one up here. So what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, and then I can place my piece there. So I moved in a straight line and I touched a heart. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Then I can take my next piece and let's say I want to land on this heart. So to get to this heart in a straight line, I can go 1, 2, 3, or I could go 1, 2, 3, but I wouldn't be allowed to do 1, 2, 3. All right, I want to go in a straight line. So I'm going to say, I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then I can land and I'll leave that piece there. Okay, now here's the other part of it. So I can't jump over another piece if it's on a 1 or a 3. But I can jump over another piece that's already set if it's on a 2. Now if I want to do, let's say that there's already a piece here that I've landed and I want to get my piece to this heart. I can go 1, 2, 3 and land my piece. But I can't go, like say I want to go to down here, I wouldn't be allowed to do 1, 2, 3 because this piece is already here on my 1. But when I did it this way, it was on my 2. So if there's a piece when you say 1, 2, then you're good to go. But if it's on your 1 or on your 3, then no go. So I wouldn't be allowed to go 1, 2, 3 because there's already a piece there. All right, remember, straight line, so we can't go on the curves or anything. You can only hop another piece when it's hitting your 2. So I couldn't go 1, 2, 3 because there's already a piece here. All right, goal is to get all 9 pieces onto your board. I have done this a few times and I still have yet to get all the pieces on the board. So our next brain teaser is also one that takes a little bit of trial and error. Gonna have to work at it a little bit. So the goal is to get these triangles to make a square. And so you can make this, you can cut this square out. I cut this out and I don't remember. It went, okay. It goes, okay. So I won't show you the answer just yet, also because I kind of forget the answer. So I'll show you how to make it. Okay, so what you're gonna do, take a regular sheet of paper, you're gonna make it into a square.
So you can do the folding method where you fold it so that this top edge meets this side, and so then you fold it at that diagonal, and then you're gonna cut away this bottom rectangle. I think we've done this before. So you have your square. What you are going to do is fold it in half, but we're not going to press it down. We're just going to press at the edge here, give it like a little pinch sort of, and then over on this side as well, just like press it down a little bit, but leave the middle as like a bubble. Okay, when you open it up, you only have a little bit of a fold, and that's totally fine. These are just going to be sort of markers for where we want it to be. And then we're going to turn it and fold it in half again and do the same thing. And again, leave the middle as a bubble and just kind of pinch the edge over there. Just a little press with your finger. Perfect. Let it open up. So now we have a little just sort of ghost of our marks. Now what you're going to do is take this corner and fold it into your middle. And you're going to do the same thing where you leave the middle as a bubble and just kind of pinch, just a little press on the edges. And then let that open up again. And then you're going to fold from this corner to this corner so that we get this diagonal. Okay? We get like a kind of fold. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. And same thing on this corner. We want to create a fold from this little mark all the way down to our bottom corner. And now what you're going to do is cut from these like little marks that we've made, the little press. You're going to cut along that line. Now what you can do is take a pencil and very lightly draw a line from your mark to your mark so that you can see it a little better. But one thing we want to do is do it really lightly so that when we have these separated, the lines don't give the answer away to the puzzle, okay? And then you're going to take your pieces and put them back together. If you want to make it really fun, you can give this to one of your friends. Just kind of mix up the pieces a little bit and then tell them to make it into a square. All right, you get it, you get it, you know.
Amazing job today, everybody. Sparkle you, sparkle me, sparkle us. Thank you for joining me. I cannot wait to get to this invention convention. Remember, take it slow, take a deep breath, maybe take a break, come back. You got this. You can face this challenge. If you would like to share this with your friends, your family, your neighbor, your dog, totally do that. It's fun to even do these together and see the different ways that everybody kind of solves these problems, right? Okay, until next time, thanks for joining me. Goodbye.